Well, hello folks. Once again, it is I, your host, Lord Valderos. Here looks like we're going to be tackling the second quest a lot sooner than I thought. Thought it was going to be unlocked around 8 o'clock later in the night, but I guess not. So, let's go ahead and tackle it. And it appears that the only guest support servant we can use is Edmondantis, so it's one of those things where you have to strategize around him. I suppose I can bring him into my team and have him play a spot in the field. And you know what, I guess I should. At least give an idea of how to work around him. So, let's change up the lineup. I think we should put you back there. So it looks like we're facing sabers, berserkers, casters, and assassins. The one thing I see that's the common root right here is, at the very least, the saber can be more or less cleaned out, so having to bring an archer at least is not a priority. And anyways though, working with Edmund though, I want to say bring Waver along at least for that caster, and then a rider I'd want to bring along Drake, at least a mobby rider. And then let's see, anything else I suppose. It'll be one of those situations where I'd rather swap out for power, so starting off at the top would be nice, make no mistake of that. However, I suppose I could give him formal craft, and it's one of those things where I'll have to remove said craft essences. Certain servers will have to fight without craft essences. I guess I can remove the friend thing too. Well, if anything and all else fails, bring berserkers in the back, huh? I can think of one who should be at least armed with a kaleidoscope. Kinda feel like I should prepare something because the boss might be one of the actual saber itself. Vlad, maybe. And yeah, there you have it folks, I'll be working with this. And then as far as I guess this would be nice to have just in case I want to swap out a servant and bring out another one. This seems like the more optimal one, although I kind of hear people saying, well, Atlas code does work, but for me I'll be sticking with this one. Anyways, without further delay, let's commence. Yes, I know not everyone's gonna have a waiver. You know what, for that matter, I will substitute just to make things a little bit more, I guess, relatable. Again, not everyone's gonna have Santa Altar, but most of you who started should have at least acquired Santa Altar. So we'll go with Santa Altar. Vengeful Demon's Hall of the Prison Tower, 2nd floor. The Devil of Prophecy. The Chateau d'If. It was a prison tower that existed in France, in the Bay of Marseille. It was a fortress built in the 16th century. It was primarily used to hold political and ideological offenders. But the prison was closed at the end of the 19th century, and now it's just a historical site. It became world famous after Dumas wrote his novel. Can you hear me, Master? Huh? Where's Mash? Your pretty little friend is still in Chaldea, and so is your body. Ha! I love the shocked look on your face. That's right, your body's still in Chaldea. What is trapped here is your soul. I said that before, didn't I? I know it's hard to wrap your head around the concept. The flow of time and the concept of space are different between here and there. These 7 days may only be a single day in Chaldea. Could it be 7 years in Chaldea? It's very possible. Ha! Your expression just changed, Master. If you want to stop the separation of your soul and body, it's simple. You must pass through the remaining 6 halls of judgment. but we're back in that cell. The concept of space is different here. Oh, I said this already. We always start here, but our destination will be different. Let's go, the second judgment awaits you. Oh, that reminds me, feel free to play on that bed there if you want. Wait for a hand to reach out from somewhere to save you and long for a miracle. That's the simplest solution, the rest will be taken care of automatically. What happens if I do that? Your soul rots and you'll never wake up in Chaldea again, that's all. Then let's go. I do wonder though, if you don't participate in any of these quests, do you really fail automatically? Someone. Oh, is there no one there? I heard a woman's voice. What's that look? You seem as if you want to help her. Is that your sense of justice? Hahaha, you don't seem very concerned for yourself. Or do you just not understand the situation? Very well, go help the voice, but stay on your guard or you'll die. There they are. Is that it? Help me. Oh, it's Florence Nightingale. Ah, shit, she's the berserker. I woke up here, alone in the darkness. Where am I? It's so dark. I'm so scared. I want to go with the second answer. Are you the second lord? What? I don't understand. I just found myself here. It's so dark and cold, like a screen was frozen and hanged in the air. Am I dead? Have I gone to hell? Woman, do you have a name? No, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm here, or where I am. And oh, my name? I can't remember my name. I was looking for something important. I think I was... A woman whose name and memories were stolen. Interesting. Call yourself Mercedes, then. Mercedes? Switching the tones there, folks. Mercedes. It was the name of a woman dear to a man who was robbed of his name and everything he had at the Chateau d'If. A man who was robbed of everything? You'll learn someday. That is, if you pass through all the halls of judgment. Now, Master, fool who would save this tainted world, what will you do with Mercedes? I will leave it to your judgment. Leave her here or put her in a cell. I don't want to be alone. It feels like something bad is staring at me. Shut up. The choice isn't yours to make. I'd feel bad leaving her here. Fine. No matter who this woman is, it doesn't change what you must do. You would save me even though you don't know who I am? Of course. Thank you. May the blessings of God be upon you. Have you ever felt lust? That is my question for you in the second hall of judgment, Master. The 7 deadly sins, it just hit me. Have you ever longed to touch the body of another human being with a properly developed personality? Have you ever driven reason and wisdom from your mind and given it to mad, bestial urges? Of course I have. Oh, wait, that's Fergus. Of course I have. Great spin of heaven and earth. That's the way of the world, and of course I do it all the time. How can you be a warrior or a hero without bestial lust? If you say what I do is a sin, very well. Ha 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 ha. Then I stand here as the greatest of sinners. I am the leader of the Red Branch Knights and former king of Ulster. And I mostly love women. He's spun so much he doesn't care anymore. Look into his heart. Do not avert your eyes. It is something all humans have and no one can escape it. That which seeks others, which shakes, which leads to sordid tears. The sin of lust. Who are you calling sordid? I eat what I want to eat and bed someone when I want to bed them. That is true way of mankind. That is the greatest pleasure in life. Ha 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 ha! And of course now is one of those times. You there, woman, I can tell you're one who's worthy of respect and difficult to bed. I find you quite attractive, especially those protruding breasts. Me? I was scared I'd have to drink and sleep alone here in this moldy prison, but my night's looking up already. You will be mine. And you, Valderox, and the new servant. You know, whatever, I don't need you. You're in the way, I'll kill you. I wonder if I change my gender, would he be saying something else? Not curious to know, so I don't really care. You're kidding, right, Fergus? No, I'm not. I'm Celt. I've decided I'm going to kill you for real. This is a self-evident principle, the law of survival. You're trying to kidnap my woman, aren't you? I can tell. Yes, I can tell. You're trying. To steal my woman, and it ain't happening. My sword lies in both heaven and earth, and my power spins in the heavens. Great spin of heaven and earth. Mutation. Oh, I see. You're unaware of the vision of Nugdalus? What did you think that was? It's not Fergus, warrior of Ulsters. It was what was seen by the medieval knight Nugaldus, who fell into another world and came to know fear. In the fourth torture chamber of Purgatory created by the glory of the Almighty, lies a guard lifting up the jaw of a beast like a burning hill. It is the devil of Purgatory. The legend of Purgatory from medieval Europe and the suffering of the soul, for some reason I know them. Once the Almighty captured those pious heroes who offered their worship to a foreign god. Of course, that's likely an interpretation brought by the passage of time, but this is the Chateau d'If, the prison of despair. If it's a place that has once proven that God shall not save everyone, then it's only natural the unworthy would gather here. Give me that woman! Ah! Now, what will you do, Master? Give this woman you don't know to the lusty hero, or despite not even knowing her name? Avenger, lend me your strength. Quite literally, he has to lend me his strength since he's in my party. Very well. Let us see if the vengeful tiger's fangs can defeat the bestial demon of Purgatory. I feel for you guys who had to do this quest and, you know, rely on your own servants. I downplayed it a little bit by bringing along a Santa Altar, but it looks like if we're facing Fergus, again, he's a saber, so you want to bring in a powerful archer. The ones that come to mind since he's male. Oh, and you're facing berserkers. Yeah, and Santa Altar's gonna get wrecked if we don't destroy these real quick. Here's what I'm gonna do. Raise the defense. For right now, anyways. And you know what? Raise the attack. Should have opted for a different set of cards. Is that what I think it is? It better be a Fang. Ooh, that hurts. 35 damage to Waver. Yes, it is a Fang, folks. You can get Fangs from this. So now, what do we do next? It's obvious. Think he might kill him, so do that. Yeah, he killed him. That's another Fang, folks. I get the feeling the other one might be the, what is it, the casters? Oh, demon. So we're facing chimeras that are assassins and demons that are casters. So with the first round, Bring a good caster, I guess, and this round is where your rider's gonna shine. It should be fine for right now. I think what I want to do is this. What I'd recommend is, well, in my case, because I'm using my own rider, my rider's pretty strong. I equipped it with limited zero, so that's why I was able to recruit that damage. I get the feeling she's gonna destroy and wipe the floor with this guy. Yeah, and that should be a demon heart, folks. You want to bring a powerful rider, so Ushi. Oh, and that Chimera in the back is just troublesome. So it's one of those situations where the Chimera is going to hit hard, but let's see. Maybe we can do something about it. Because here's the thing. I have two Berserkers waiting in the back line, but again, actually Vlad might be able to do something. No, he doesn't have the kaleidoscope, I think. Yeah, he doesn't have the kaleidoscope. Put it on the wrong servant. So if you're gonna bring in a Berserker, have him have at least, what, imaginary element if that's all you have, your Dragon Meridian. Because you want to take out Fergus out real quick, because his MP is mob hitter. Mob hitters are really a pain in the butt to deal with. And that Chimera, yes, is going to do a lot of damage, but it's single target. But let's see how this battle plays out right now anyways. Just for the sake of this battle, we're going to do... Ow, that hurt. Well, now. I'd want to stun at least the Chimera. Fergus alone, he's gonna do damage, but again, the Chimera gets 2 turns. And I say I want to save Waver. Should have done Waver's last, because he has Arc's card effectiveness up on his cards. Yeah, Fergus is doing damage. You're gonna have to hit him pretty hard with a powerful archer. So bringing along an archer to charge up in the first few turns is not a bad idea. If anything, take your time with those chimeras, and then just make sure your rider's ready to shoot off its noble phantasm just to kill it. Unless of course you're willing to lose your rider in the process. Now then, the next part begins. This is where... Lower that defense, as always. It's one of those things, yes, I know, if you don't have Waver, this situation is very situational. This, I guess you could say, battle is very situational if you don't want to use that phrase. She's strong, but again, not strong enough. She probably, yeah, she killed the Chimera. Fergus is gonna be the real problem. His defense is down and he's cursed. And the bastard just evaded. The bastard just did himself more favors. Need to charge someone up, but who? Actually, you know what? This is a perfect time. We swap out our writer who's about to die for Lancelot that's ready and ready to go. Lancelot's gonna destroy him. Again, could be any berserker, but preferably, now that you guys know, if you're watching my video, again, if you're not tagging the quest right away. We have green cards on the galore, so that's even better. And I just want to do this because Edmund is probably going to get the stars too. Just in case it doesn't work. Oh, right, I messed up. Fuck. Serves me right. It was one of those things too, like... Does Lancelot have cards? Yes, he does. He's practically dead at this point. That coward. He knows who to go after. He's defending himself, so might as well build up some MP, but... yeah, he's really cheap. I hate him. He's dead anyways, but... again, that was a horrible mistake there, guys. I just barely saved myself. Screw you, Fergus. Then again, my pompous self almost got defeated there. Anyways, I still would have had another set of servants, so it's all good. So 3 Chaos Talons and 1 Heart of a Foreign God, folks. Well, there you have it. Set up your teams accordingly. It looks scary, yes. Continue. Senpai? Are you sure you're not sick? You don't look good. Do you understand me? Do you remember what we were talking about? The Chateau de Youth. I'm glad. Your consciousness is intact. I'll call the doctor. He didn't see anything in that brief physical yesterday. But I think you need a full medical checkup. It must be all those race shifts. Hey, excuse me, Master. Oh, you're here too, Miss Mash. Wait, what's going on here? You don't look good. You're pale. Actually, you're as white as a ghost. Fergus, good timing. Can you help me with Senpai? It's probably better to take Senpai directly to the medical room than wait for the doctor. Of course. I had a feeling something might be bad. Looks like I was right. But I don't think that medical what's-this is gonna help much. No point in worrying about it. No point? Well done. You have cleared the second hall of judgment. The devil of Purgatory was defeated and met his end. And now we proceed to the third hall. What am I supposed to do now? I won't leave you here. Thank you. I don't even remember my name, but I'll do my best to be helpful. Do you have the strength to spare for a woman like this? Haha, I'll admit that you have a generous spirit. That's right, it's too early for despair. You should just keep walking forward. If you despair and I think you cannot fight anymore, tell me. I'll kill you without waiting for the 7 days to pass. But if you wish to continue, wait and hope, right? That's right, my temporary master. I'm your master now, Edmund. I have you at MP2. If you guys have been keeping up with my videos, that is. Oh, another summon ticket. There you have it, folks. Next quest won't be unlocked until same time as tomorrow, 4 o'clock. So, yeah. So take a couple of pages from my video and build your team strategically, although I guess you want to hear my input, so let's see. For the first two set of enemies, it's a Chimera, so again, casters. Definitely bring Media to do some damage, but it's one of those things where it's very situational. I'd say bring along, what's his name, Hans. You need more support versus damage because you want to be building up your MP in those few turns. So stall as much as you need to, and heal as much as you need to as well, especially with Hans. The other servant, again, after this is a demon, so a caster. You want your rider ready to go to shoot off its noble phantasms, so have it with a craft essence, at least that brings it up its MP. Like I said, if, at the very most, you should have a Dragon's Meridian, hopefully limit broken, and then maybe if you're lucky, possibly either the imaginary element, which brings you up to 60%, or a kaleidoscope, which brings you up to a nice 80%, or any other craft essence that we've gotten in the past couple of events, like recently one, the Cheater and I, which gives you what starts you at 50% and increase your gather for start rate, or you were lucky enough to get I believe it was the Puppeteer craft essence, which gives you starting at non-limit broken, it's 50%. Yeah, any craft essence that has your MP starting right away, that's just to eliminate the caster, because you want to take it down as quickly as possible. You don't want to let it use its MP, because its MP seal has a capacity to not only, again, as the name implies, MP seal, but also potentially kill one of your servants too. You want to make the most of your servants as possible once you get to the final round. And as far as the final round goes, you could go with the same setup I did and use the same mystic code. Let the Chimera at least attack once, and then the next one stun him, and that way he doesn't get his 2 turns. As for Fergus himself though, my team setup was okay, although I guess instead of taking, what was it, Edmund is he's just kind of a hindrance. I'd rather have him in the back. It's nice for him to use him, but he doesn't really play well or synergize well with the servants that I've brought. I mean, I could have brought a set of different servants instead, like maybe for the rider could have been Ushiwa Kamaru, because her cards are mostly green, and the cards that Edmund Dantes uses are green as well, but again, very situational right there. That's if you want to use quick. And again, also maybe the Yuri Pirates as well. But other than that though, let's see. You want to bring an archer. The only archers that come to mind that are single target and are free, I guess if you really wanted to go with that meme user, Stella with Arash. But I'd recommend bringing a single target, so either Uriel works, that and her charm, because he's a male as well. Extra damage to male opponents, definitely her. You really want to though, especially when he uses that invincible. David would really come in handy here because he can hit through evade. And Robin Hood, that's if you don't get him, if you don't get stopped by the evade, Robin Hood can do massive damage with his NP plus the poison, but that's if it hits as well. So there you have it, 3 silver servants that you can use. Probably should have used one of them too to illustrate my point, but more or less I want to say I paint the picture pretty well, so you guys are in good hands. You just have to correlate a strategy as well. Also make sure if your archer, you're bringing in your archer, you can have it sit in the back with a craft essence that increases MP, because you want it ready to go. And then aside from that though, ideally I want to say bring in David, because he's the only one that could hit through the evade with his noble phantasm. That's right. That and his heal provides a one-time protection as well. David seems more like the ideal servant here if you want to survive. But again, it's up to you guys, either Uriel or David. In any case though, this is your host Lord Valderox. I wish you guys all good luck with this quest that we just tackled right now. And if you're still rolling for Edmund Dantes, I wish you more luck as well. Take care.